Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we are back with the Championship predictions and we've got some big games to bring to you this weekend. I'm joined by Cookie. How you doing?
Wagwan, how you doing, mate? You all good? Yeah, I'm excited to be back on the channel once again.
Yeah.
Showing my expertise in the Championship football arena.
Yeah. Let's see how we get on with our predictions.
Yes,
Let's start with Friday night's game. We've got West Bromwich Albion versus Nottingham Forest. A bit of a Midlands derby, this one. West Bromwich Albion still in third place, but I've said before they're not in great form. It was a 0-0 draw at Blackpool. I don't know how their fans will have taken that. They're just bobbling along. I don't think they're going to catch the top two this season the way they're going. We'll wait and see though. Against Forest, who've been in and out of form, I think I could see another draw here. It wouldn't surprise me. West Brom 1, Forest 1.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it though for that. West Brom 2-0.
West Brom 2-0?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say 1-1, but you took it, and I don't want to be that sort of ball fest, you know what I mean? I don't want to say the same thing as you, so I'm going to go West Brom 2-0.
West Brom 2-0?
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the lunchtime Saturday game, which is between Preston North End and Fulham Football Club. Good result for Preston on the Tuesday night. They went away to Middlesbrough and won 2-1. Preston are so hit and miss though. They're so hard to predict because they put in a really good performance and then lose the next week. And remember, they were the first team to beat Bournemouth this season, so beating Fulham isn't impossible. Fulham, we watched them against Derby tonight, 0-0 draw, but they did play well, should have scored. I'm actually going to go for another draw here. I think Preston are quite solid, and if Fulham don't take their chances here, who knows? Preston 2, Fulham 2.
Is it? Alright, goal draw in that. I'm going to go for a Fulham 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like Derby were very resilient tonight, very good for their money defensively. I'm not sure Preston are the same, so I think it's going to be a bit of a goal fest, but in Fulham's favour. So yeah, I'll go 3-1.
3-1. Next up, we go to the 3 PM kickoffs. We've got Birmingham City versus Blackpool, and they both drew 0-0 in midweek. Blackpool against West Bromwich Albion, Birmingham City against Coventry City, and got to say, Birmingham weren't at their best. I know they've got a few players injured, but it was one of them where they came, they got a draw. They'll probably be happy with that. But now they're at home, they've probably got to go for the 3 points. But it's not easy against Blackpool. They've been picking up good results. I could see Blackpool winning this.
Yeah, I can too.
I'm actually going to go for Blackpool. I just think Birmingham City weren't great. They seem to be a team that go through good form and bad form. At the moment, they're not in great form. So Birmingham 0, Blackpool 1.
Yeah, they weren't very good against Cov, but like you said, they had players out, so that's always it's always difficult, isn't it? They got a red card, which I think will stay a red card. They're missing another Gary Garner for a red card as well, so it's tough for them, isn't it? They do look threatening though when they have a long throw or a corner. Set pieces, I'm thinking, gee, yeah, there's a bit about them there, you know. But even with that said, I'm going to go for Blackpool.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2-1 Blackpool.
2-1 Blackpool, so we're both back in the pool there. Next up, we go to AFC Bournemouth versus Coventry. Make sure to join us for the live stream. We've got a big guest joining us for this one.
Massive.
But this game is tough, and Coventry City still hanging in the playoffs, but back-to-back 0-0 draws against two teams would have preferred to maybe beat coming into this run of tough games. Do you know what? I think this is the first time this season I'm actually going to go for a Coventry loss. I've got to say, Bournemouth are going to be massive favourites. They're at home. I'd love Coventry to get something, but Bournemouth 2-0.
Is this the first time you predicted Cov to lose, is it?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah, I am
20 games into the season?
I am fairly biased, yes.
Obviously I want Cov to win. I don't think we will. I think defensively we're not that bad. Attacking wise, we're so feeble. You know what I mean? Like when it's not going our way and we're not on it, and we're not going to score. So I think for that reason, and I think for the form we've been in recently, I'm gonna go Bournemouth 3-0.
Oh,
I think they're gonna pan us, yeah.
It's a tough game. It's a tough game, and it wouldn't surprise me. It'd be so typical of Coventry to get a result where we don't expect to, but we'll wait and see. It's going to be a tough one. Next game we'll move on to is Huddersfield Town versus Middlesbrough. Both teams lost in midweek. They want to get back to winning ways. Chris Wilder hasn't picked up his first win yet. But Huddersfield are a funny team. They might get back to winning ways here. I think I'm going to back Huddersfield. They're at home. I think Chris Wilder might take a little bit of time to get his feet under the table and sort things out. Huddersfield 1-0.
0-0 for me.
0-0?
Yeah, I'll go 0-0.
How come?
Boring.
Boring game?
I don't know. I'll just go 0-0. That would do, innit?
Yeah, why not?
Because there's been quite a few of those 0-0s recently. It seems a bit quiet in the Championship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to stick a 0-0.
Next up, we go to the KC, and who'd have seen Hull City picking up 3 wins in a row? They now take on Millwall, and Millwall, they're not bad, are they? They picked up a draw against Bournemouth, so for me this is two teams that are looking fairly good lately, Hull City in particular. Can Hull make it 4 wins in 4? Why not? Hull City 2-1.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Millwall are obviously good for their money, so I'll go 1-1. I think that's a fair outcome, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up we go to Kenilworth Road, Luton Town versus Cardiff City. Cardiff, like we just said, they lost to Hull, so they want to get back to winning ways, but it's a tough ground to go to, the Kenny. I think Luton Town, they're struggling for top 6 consistency, but they're still quite consistent. I think one thing me and Cookie have noticed is they're quite good on the XG, so should score more, should be higher in the table. I'll back Luton here. I think they should beat Cardiff. I'm going to say 2-0.
Well, the last time I checked, Luton were like top 4 in the XG.
Yeah.
And like obviously underperforming on the actual putting the ball in the back of the net and conceding and all that sort of stuff. But for me, I'll go for a Luton win, and I'm gonna say 2-1. I'll go 2-1.
2-1. Next one is a massive one down the bottom. Peterborough United versus Barnsley. It's one of them where Barnsley, yeah, honestly, Barnsley would wish they were at home here, because Peterborough, as bad as they are away, are actually quite good at home. Barnsley just not good anywhere, are they? So, by that logic, you've got to back Peterborough United to win this one. I just think although they didn't look good against Blackburn, they're just quite good at times, and that might be enough to keep them up this season. We'll wait and see, but I think they're going to win this one. Peterborough 2-0.
Barnsley look horrendous. They do, don't they? They look proper bad. And I know, like, Derby have had a massive point deduction.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think it'll be long until Derby overtake Barnsley. And that's with, what 20-point deduction?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
It is.
Straight up embarrassing. And I just think you're doomed for relegation, Barnsley. And I'm sorry to the Barnsley fans, but I'm just thinking it's just rubbish on it. So for that reason, I'm going for a Peterborough 2-0.
Peterborough 2-0. Same as myself. Next up, Stoke City versus Blackburn. This one could be interesting. Both teams in that top 7. Blackburn trying to find their way into it, and a good result, I tell you what, against Peterborough. 4-0. Brereton Diaz, what a machine he is. How many goals is he going to get this season? Let me know down in the comments. Stoke City, they lost, didn't they, to Bristol City. That's not a good result.
That's a shocking result.
That's not a good one.
And a red card.
They are better at home. Can they go back to winning ways? I fancy a draw. Blackburn looking good at the moment. So Stoke 1, Blackburn 1.
No, I'm going to go Blackburn.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a really bad result against Bristol City. When Bristol came to the CBS against Coventry, unreal how bad they were. They were shocking. And for Stoke to lose against them, I think it's embarrassing. And they got a red card. Is it Joe Allen?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a big player. Like, it's a big player to lose out on as well. So, no, I'm going to go Blackburn. I'll go 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Next up we go to the Liberty. We've got Swansea City against Cookie's best friends, Reading FC. Swansea looking quite good at the moment. They had about 80% possession against Barnsley. They won 2-0 in the end. They had to be patient, but they got the win over the line. I like Swansea. They're moving towards that top 6, which does frighten me a little bit as a Coventry fan with all these teams closing in on us, but to be expected maybe. Swansea City looking good. I think they really could be in the mix for the top 6 this season. Reading, I think they will stay up, but that points deduction has put them in the battle this season. But I think Swansea will win this 1-0.
Yeah, I didn't think Swansea were all that when they played against Cov, but they're obviously they're doing okay. Good result in midweek, so fair play. Reading, it's unfortunate, isn't it? I always think point deductions they're always like, you understand it, but it's not fair on the fans, is it?
No,
it's not fair, and it probably like makes them look worse than what they've actually been. Although they haven't been great, and I think XG wise they've been shocking. So they're probably actually like lucky to be where they are. So for those reasons, I'm going to go for a Swansea win. Shall we say? I'm going to go 2-0. Just they're comfortable. They're going to dominate possession, and they're going to slip the goals past them. And I don't think Reading will put up much of a fight either.
No. Next up we go to the Sunday game at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Both picked up a 1-0 win in midweek. Sheffield United need that to be a turning point, don't they? Imagine if they win this one, then that's 3 wins. No, it's not 3 wins in a row, but it's 3 games unbeaten since the international break. If they keep a clean sheet here, it's 3 games with clean sheets in a row. So, can Sheffield United get another result? I don't know. I mean,
it sounds a rubbish game.
Bristol City did do well to beat Stoke City. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
I don't think there'll be a goal in this one. It sounds dull as. Like, it sounds like the worst game of football you've ever heard of. Does it not, though? Like, these are two pretty poor teams, aren't they? Like, Sheffield United's a weird one because they should be alright, but like they're not. They're just not. And then, I mean, Bristol City, as I've already said, were just shocking. So I'm just going to say 0-0. And I think just don't even bother playing it because it's going to be boring.
Just call it a draw. Call it 0-0 before the game kicks off.
Take a point each, go home.
The last game is on the Monday. This one should be a good one. Derby County versus Queen's Park Rangers. QPR now up to 4th, but we just watched Derby County pick up a 0-0 at Fulham. I tell you what, 4 points from Bournemouth and Fulham. Who's telling me that Derby County really can't stay up this season? There's definitely a chance. There's a lot of catching up to do, but the way they are playing, that defence was unreal. They were doing everything. They were throwing bodies in the way. The experience in that back line, by the way, Jagielka and Davies, I really think Derby County could do it this season. It's a tough one, don't get me wrong, it's another tough game. But I think QPR, for me, I think they're going to be better at home than they are away this season. So, Derby County to win this 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go with that as well. I think QPR are actually overperforming where they should be. So,
okay.
I'm more inclined to go for a Derby win as well, so I probably would go 1-0. You got to think Derby have got one of the best defences in the league, and that sounds mental for a team bottom of the table, but they've only conceded like 18 goals.
Less than a goal again.
And you compare that to the rest of the table, that puts them in the top 4 just on goals conceded. Like, that's a very, very impressive statistic to have. The only problem is they don't put them in. No. So while it's good like keeping the goals out, if you don't put them in, you're not really going to do a lot, and that probably shows why they've got 10 draws already this season. So I'm gonna give them a win because what I watched tonight, I was impressed with. They gave Fulham a really good game. They were resilient, never say die, and yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 as well.
There you go. That wraps up the predictions for this weekend's games. Let me know your thoughts down below. Give me your predictions down there. Make sure you've dropped a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.